So good afternoon to everyone. In continuation with the last class, now we are going to discuss about voltage source inverter, that is VSI, voltage source inverter control, and this voltage source inverter control. So a variable, it is a variable frequency and variable voltage supply for induction motor control. So variable frequency and variable voltage supply for induction motor control can be obtained either from a voltage source inverter or a cycloconverter. So this variable frequency and variable voltage supply. So this variable voltage and variable that is frequency that can be obtained with the help of either the voltage source inverter or otherwise by using a cycloconverter. So this is the main purpose of using this voltage source inverter and cycloconverter in an induction motor drive. So variable frequency and variable voltage supply for an induction motor control can be obtained either from voltage source inverter or a cycloconverter. So and how this voltage source inverter, which is fed with an induction motor drive, we will discuss now. And voltage source inverter induction motor drives. This voltage source inverter allows a variable, as I already told that a voltage source inverter allows a variable frequency supply to be obtained from a DC supply. So where the input supply is the DC supply, from the DC supply, how the variable frequency supply which is obtained by with the help of this voltage source inverter. So whereas so figure shows this figure 1. So I will explain you. Figure 1 shows a voltage source inverter employing a transistor, whereas we can construct a voltage source inverter with the help of transistors. So any other self-commutated devices which we can also to be used to construct a voltage source inverter or a cycloconverter. So figure 1 shows a voltage source inverter employing transistors. So in our book they have used a transistor based voltage source inverter and any other self-commutated devices like IGBT, MOSFET, GTO. So you know that IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor, and MOSFET, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, and GTO, gate turn off transistor, and IGCT, insulated gate commutated thyristor. By using any of these self-commutated devices also we can construct this voltage source inverter. So figure 1 shows the voltage source inverter based on the transistor based voltage source inverter which is fed see induction motor. See transistor 1, transistor. So by using these transistors where the voltage source inverter which is constructed. So this is the voltage source inverter where the input supply to the inverter is an input DC input voltage. So which is fed to the which is that is fed to the that is terminal A, B and C. So that is the voltage source inverter which is connected to the induction motor. So we can use any of any other devices also. We can use IGBT, GTO, so MOSFET. By using that commutated devices also we can construct this voltage source inverter, and that voltage source inverter which is connected to the induction motor drive. So generally MOSFET is used. So suppose where the MOSFET on what basis the MOSFET which is used. So generally MOSFET is used in low voltage and low power inverters, and IGBT and power transistors IGBT. So whereas MOSFET is used in low voltage and low power inverters, and IGBT and power transistors are used in medium power levels, and GTO, that is gate turn off thyristor, and IGCT, insulated gate commutated thyristor, are used for high power levels. So whereas for low power levels, so for low power inverters MOSFET which is employed. So low voltage and low power applications where MOSFET which is employed, and IGBT and power transistor are used in middle power levels, and GTO and IGCT that are used for high power levels. So depends upon the power levels. So we can use the commutated devices. We can use the commutated devices to construct the VSI, voltage source inverters. So voltage source inverter can be operated as stepped wave inverter or a PWM. PWM, we know that pulse width modulation. Voltage source inverter can be operated as stepped wave inverter or PW inverter. So you know the circuit diagram of this voltage source inverter, which is connected with the induction motor. Suppose when operated as a stepped wave inverter, for example, where the voltage source inverter, which is operated when operated as a stepped wave inverter, each transistor we have used 6 transistors. We have used 6 transistors in the transistor based voltage source inverter. So when operated as a stepped wave inverter, each transistor is kept on for the duration T by 2, where T is nothing but the total time period. That is the time period for one complete cycle. When operated as a stepped wave inverter, each transistor is kept on for the duration T by 2, and resultant line voltage waveform is shown in figure 2. So frequency of inverter operation is varied by varying T, where T I told that where T is the total time period for one complete cycle. One complete cycle, frequency of inverter operation is varied by varying total time period. So suppose I want to vary the frequency of the inverter, means we have to vary because frequency inversely proportional to time. Frequency of inverter operation is varied by varying T, and output voltage of the inverter is varied by varying DC input voltage. So where the output of the output voltage, where output voltage of the inverter, where we are getting the output voltage, here the output voltage of the inverter we are getting, so A, then B and C. So we'll get the output of the inverter that can be varied by varying the supply voltage, input voltage. By varying this input voltage, we can get the output voltage of the inverter. Either the inverter, it may be transistor based inverter or IGBT or GTO. So it depends upon the power level, you can use the type of commutated device while constructing the voltage source inverter. See, frequency of inverter operation is varied by varying time period T, and output voltage, this is the output voltage of the inverter. Output voltage of the inverter is varied by varying DC input voltage, by varying this DC input voltage. So where accordingly we'll get the value of output voltage. And this transistor based voltage source inverter, which is connected to the induction motor, transistor inverter fed induction motor, transistor inverter, because where the transistor which are used here, transistor inverter which is connected fed an induction motor drive. Where the inverter type of inverter, it may be a stepped wave inverter or a PWM, pulse width modulation inverter. So stepped wave inverter, where the value of a DC value of voltage, DC value of input voltage, because it is a stepped wave inverter, then the value of stepped wave inverter line voltage regulation, that should be like this. So VD and minus VD. And whereas the type of inverter, it may be a PWM, pulse width modulation inverter, line voltage, this is the pulse width. So this is the pulse width modulation inverter, and this is the stepped wave. This is one step, this is other step, and this is one pulse and this is other pulse. Pulse width modulation inverter line voltage waveform. Then VD, and so here VD and minus VD, and this is also a positive VD and this is negative VD. So VD is the value of input voltage which is applied to the voltage source inverter. And so this is very, very important to note that when the supply is DC, for example, whereas in the inverter, the type of supply is a DC. So when the supply is DC, a variable, when the supply is DC, variable DC input voltage. So here we are applying the value of a variable DC input voltage, which we are applying here, a variable DC value of input voltage which is obtained when the supply is DC, here we are applying the supply as, we are considering the supply as a DC supply. Variable DC input voltage is obtained, where the value of variable DC input voltage which is applied to the voltage source inverter, variable DC input voltage is obtained by connecting a chopper between. So by connecting a chopper between DC supply and the inverter. See, a variable DC voltage to the inverter, a variable DC voltage, six-step inverter. So 6 transistor that we have considered, 6-step inverter, where the value of variable DC input voltage which I am going to apply to the 6-step inverter means you have to connect. When a supply is a DC, you have to connect a chopper between the DC supply and the inverter. You have to connect a chopper. So when the supply is DC, when the DC supply which is available means, and we want a variable DC supply means you have to connect a chopper between a DC supply and the inverter. See, that is shown in figure. When the supply is DC, variable DC input voltage is obtained by connecting a chopper between this DC supply and this inverter as shown in figure 4. So this is the DC link and this is a filter. So where the capacitor filter which is connected in the DC link in order to reduce the harmonics. So in order to reduce the harmonics, where the capacitor filter which is connected, electrolytic capacitor, this is the electrolytic capacitor which is connected in the DC link in order to reduce the harmonics. And the second case, for example, where the AC supply which is available, how the variable DC supply which is obtained and which is given to the 6-step inverter. See, when the controlled rectifier which is connected between AC supply and the 6-step inverter, where the variable DC supply which we can obtain when supply is AC. Suppose here the supply is DC. When the variable DC supply which is obtained means you have to connect a chopper between DC supply and the 6-step inverter, where the variable DC supply which we can obtain. Similarly, when the supply is a AC supply, so but we want a variable DC supply means you have to connect a controlled rectifier between AC supply and the 6-step inverter, where the variable DC supply which we can obtain. When supply is AC, variable DC input voltage, same variable DC input voltage is obtained by connecting a controlled rectifier. This is the controlled rectifier between AC supply and 6-step inverter which we connect, where the control rectifier which is connected between AC supply and 6-step inverter, where the AC, that is the variable DC supply which we can obtain. And here also where the capacitor which is connected in the DC link in order to reduce the harmonics. Similarly, if PWM inverter means you have to connect. So you have to connect the DC supply and where the variable DC supply which we can obtain, and all the inverters which are directly connected. That is the output of the inverter. Either it may be a 6-step inverter or the PWM inverter, which we are directly the output of that inverter which is connected to the induction motor, which is shown in the basic circuit diagram. See the output of the inverter, that is voltage source inverter, so which is connected to the induction motor, which is fed to the induction motor. And figure D, here similarly here also where the variable DC supply which is required to operate, which is the input, which is the required input voltage to the voltage source inverter. How the value of variable DC input voltage which is obtained means you have to connect a diode rectifier between AC supply and PWM inverter. You have to connect diode rectifier, that is diode bridge rectifier. That is diode bridge. It is nothing but the diode bridge rectifier between AC supply and PWM inverter. We can obtain a variable DC supply. This is variable source inverter controlled induction motor drives. The output of all the inverters are connected to the induction motor drive. So that's why variable source inverter controlled induction motor drives. So these diagrams are very, very important. Then the output of this inverter, which is given to the induction motor drive, which is fed to the induction motor drive. By using these setups only, we can obtain the variable DC supply, which is the input of the voltage source inverter. And where the input voltage is the variable DC input voltage, and the inverter output line and phase voltages. So line voltage, the inverter output line voltage, line there are, it is a 3-phase induction motor. Line voltage, inverter output line, output voltage is the, this is the output voltage which we can obtain in the output of the inverter. So A, B, C, this is the value of output voltage. So that is there is a phase-to-phase voltage is AB, either it may be AB or BC. So here where the expression denotes that VAB, output of the inverter, that is VAB, or we can obtain VBC also. So value of VAB, that is the value of there is a voltage between phase A and B, that is denoted as AB. VAB, it is expressed by using Fourier series. The value of VAB, which we can obtain by using Fourier series, that you have studied in your mathematics. Inverter output line and phase voltage. Line voltage means there is a voltage which is measured between any one phase and neutral. That is said to be a line voltage. So inverter output line, this is the line voltage and this is the phase voltage. This is single phase voltage. This is the single phase voltage and this is the phase to phase voltage. Inverter output line and phase voltages are given by phase to phase voltage is VAB, and this is the value of phase to neutral voltage. So VAN, phase to phase voltage, and phase to neutral voltage. Phase to phase voltage, there is a voltage between phase A and B, that is VAB, that can be measured by using Fourier series, which is given by using Fourier series as 2√3 divided by pi into VD, where the value of VD is nothing but an input voltage, into sin omega t minus 1 by 5 sin 5 omega t minus 1 by 7 sin 7 omega t plus 1 by 11 sin 11 omega t plus 1 by 13 sin 13 omega t. So here the even harmonics, the values are that would be 0, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, that and all will not present 1, 5, then 7, 11. Okay. So this is the value of voltage which is measured between phase to phase, and phase to neutral value of voltage VAN, which is equal to 2 divided by pi into VD into sin omega t plus, according to Fourier series, sin omega t plus 1 by 5 sin 5 omega t plus 1 by 7 sin 7 omega t. So this is the value of the voltage which is measured between phase and neutral. And the RMS value of fundamental phase voltage, the RMS value of fundamental phase voltage, that can be the RMS value of fundamental voltage, that can be the RMS value of fundamental voltage, fundamental phase voltage V, which is equal to, V is the RMS value of voltage, which is equal to √2 divided by pi into the input value of voltage VD. So V is equal to √2 by pi into VD. You can consider that as equation number 3. And there is a drawback, main drawback of stepped wave inverter is large harmonics. Suppose stepped wave inverter. So we have used a 6-stepped wave inverter. So 6 that is a stepped wave inverter is the large harmonics of low frequency in the output voltage. There will be a large harmonics which is present in the output of the inverter. So in order to reduce that, so we have added a electrolytic capacitor filter. So this is said to be a voltage source inverter which is directly connected to the induction motor drive. So here the speed of the induction motor, which we can control by varying the input voltage or varying the supply frequency. By varying this input voltage or the supply frequency, so we can control the speed of the induction motor. Frequency of inverter operation is varied by varying time period T, and the output voltage of the inverter is varied by varying the DC input voltage. DC input voltage, by varying this, we can control the frequency of inverter operation. So in the next class, we will discuss about the current source inverter, that is nothing but CSI. So this is the VSI. VSI is nothing but variable source inverter, and CSI is the current source inverter. That will be discussed in the next class. So we can construct this voltage source inverter either by using transistors or GTO or MOSFET or any of the commutated devices. Depends upon the power level which we can use.